The future of the immigrants, I mean, the people who want to go to US now looks a little worrisome, and people are, I mean, confused whether now they'll be able to or not. But what about the immigrants who are currently in the US, or maybe, who have been there in the US for maybe a decade or more? So how does the future for them looks like?
Well, I think we're going to see more retrogression, um, or not just for retrogress countries like India and China, but I think for rest of world. I think we're going to see, a lot of uncertainty as the administration tries to push policy changes and get pushback from the courts and corporate interests. But I think eventually this is all going to come to a head. And my hope is that at the end of this administration, we're going to see actually create a solution, because this is just too much chaos and too much uncertainty. And maybe it's, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but my hope is that it forces Congress, who for a long time has known about these issues. Backlogs, particularly for the Indian community, have been a problem for 2 decades. DACA, the complexity of our immigration system, not allowing for or facilitating people who fall out of status or violate their status, correct the situation. We're talking about 30 million immigrants, right? There are 10 million immigrants that are maybe undocumented, but there's another 20 million or so that are here on visas, and it's not an easy fix. So I think the administration is trying to scare people away, scare people from coming, scare people into leaving, and it's going to be kind of rocky, but eventually it's going to settle, and we're going to have to come up with a permanent solution, because that's not a solution.